And as the conflict between Israel and Iran continues to escalate, President Donald Trump says peace is still possible, but only after the two sides, quote unquote, fight it out. The president made the remarks on Sunday before leaving for the G7 summit in Canada as fresh waves of attacks between the two Middle Eastern rivals raised fears of a broader regional war.
I hope there's going to be a deal. I think it's time for a deal, and we'll see what happens. But sometimes they have to fight it out, but we're going to see what happens. I think there's a good chance there'll be a deal.
And yesterday, taking to his social media platform Truth Social, President Trump even doubled down on his claim that peace is within reach. Iran and Israel should make a deal and will make a deal, he wrote. President Trump also claimed that behind-the-scenes meetings and calls were already underway to calm tensions. The president pointed to past foreign policy moves, including claims that he de-escalated tensions between India and Pakistan by using U.S. trade incentives to encourage dialogue, a far cry from what New Delhi says. He said the same could happen now with Iran and Israel. Despite ongoing missile strikes and mass bombings, President Trump remained confident that a peace deal is in fact possible.
Something like this had to happen because I think even from both sides, but something like this had to happen. They want to talk and they will be talking.
President Trump also warned Iran against retaliating against the United States. He said, and I quote, "If Iran hits the U.S., the response will be at levels never seen before." Meanwhile, President Trump rejected reports that Israel had proposed assassinating Iran's supreme leader, Ayatollah Ali Khamenei. Now, according to a U.S. official, Israel had recently shared a credible plan with the White House, but the president turned it down. Israeli Prime Minister Benjamin Netanyahu did not confirm the plan, but stated, and I quote, "We'll do what we need to do."
There's so many false reports of conversations that never happened, and I'm not going to get into that, but I can tell you, I think that we do what we need to do. We'll do what we need to do. And I think the United States knows what is good for the United States, and I'm just not going to get it.
President Trump also said that Russian President Vladimir Putin had contacted him about the situation and was willing to serve as a mediator.
Change of opinions naturally focused on the dangerous escalation of the situation in the Middle East. Vladimir Putin condemned Israel's military operation against Iran and expressed serious concern about a possible escalation of the conflict, which would have unpredictable consequences for the entire situation in the Middle East.
So as the conflict persists in the Middle East, President Trump insists peace is in fact on the horizon. Talks may be brewing, but missiles are still flying, and the next move remains to be seen.
Firstpost now available in 9 languages on YouTube. English,
$36 trillion.
French,
Le FMI,
German,
Geschäftsführenden Direktor,
Hindi,
$30 trillion ka karjo.
Indonesian,
Pemerintah tanpa pemeriksaan.
Italian,
Sekali radikali.
Japanese,
4 do idioma.
Portuguese,
Por causa do próprio balanço patrimonial.
Spanish.
Beautiful bill.
Go to Settings, click on Audio Track and select a language of your choice. Be the first to know what's happening around you in your first language. Firstpost.